Hi everyone, Gene here. Before we jump into today's podcast, I have a quick announcement for you. Earlier this week on my mailing list, I made the announcement of a brand new program that I am calling the Emotional Core Challenge. What I've discovered in my years of working with clients is that there are 16 core issues that directly impact our ability to live the life that we want. And so this program is designed one at a time to work through all 16 of those core issues. So in addition to getting a chance to work with me one-on-one on each of these issues, there's a whole host of additional support and resources to help you day to day between the time that we work together. If you'd like to find out more information about the program, all you need to do is go to tappingqa.com/16, tappingqa.com/16, and that's just the numbers 16, and you will be able to get all of the information. I only have 5 spots in the program because of the amount of one-on-one time that is involved in it. And as of the time of this recording, one of those spots is already filled. So if you want information, tappingqa.com/16, and I hope you enjoy today's show. This is Gene Monterastelli, and welcome to the Tapping Q&A podcast, recorded live to tape from Williamsburg in Brooklyn. This is episode 302, originally aired January 24th, 2018. Hi, everyone. I hope this finds you well wherever you are and whatever time of day you're getting a chance to listen to this. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Today, we're going to spend some time tapping around those times in which you know the right thing to do, which will make a difference in your life, and you're still not taking action. Before we do that, I just wanted to remind you about the Tapping Q&A podcast archive, which can be found at tappingqapodcast.com. Including this episode, there are over 360 episodes now, between full-length episodes, bonus episodes, 2-part episodes. We've covered almost every topic under the sun. If there's an issue that you want help with your tapping, make sure you go check that out. Or if there's a practitioner you really love, more than likely, sometime in the last 9 years, I have interviewed them on the podcast. All you need to do is go to tappingqapodcast.com to get all of the information and see the entire back catalog absolutely free. So this week's podcast came from an unusual place. A couple of weeks ago, in episode 299, I shared with you the tool that I have been using every single morning to set my intention for the day, which has been making it really easy for me to take the action I want. And I've been doing this personally, and I've been doing it professionally, and it's been super successful. And you can find that episode by going to tappingqa.com/299, and you can hear that entire process. Now, there was a huge amount of really positive feedback from the podcast. It's the most positive feedback I've received from listeners in a really long time, so if nothing else, that's a reason to check out the old episode. But what was really interesting is as I was talking to my clients, the folks that I work with every week and every other week, most of them brought up the episode as well. Many of them, just like the listeners who wrote in, were gushing about the podcast. But a number of them were having a real problem with the process, and they understood that that was kind of silly because the process itself isn't very hard. It's very, very straightforward. It's something that you can do in a couple of minutes. Once you know how to do it, you are set to go. One of my clients even described a circumstance where he sat down to do this process and he said his mind went completely blank. And I don't mean completely blank where he couldn't think of tapping phrases, but his mind went so blank he couldn't even remember the simple intention of being present in the moment to tap for it. Like the intention itself completely evaporated from his brain. There was this moment of temporary amnesia almost. And he laughed because he'd never experienced anything like that, but at the same time was wondering what was going on. And as we had a conversation, what we came to realize over the course of the conversation is the reason why he was struggling to tap for these intentions is because there was a part of him that was resisting the intention. And for some people, that might sound a little odd. A simple intention like being fully present in the moment throughout the day isn't something that should be that scary. But when we're in a situation where subconsciously there is a part of us that doesn't think whatever we're trying to do is safe, then it's going to sabotage us to make sure we stay safe. And so there's a lot of reasons why this might happen. It might happen because the change itself feels unsafe. We might not feel worthy of the change. We're worried that other people are going to judge us if we do make the change. We're worried that if we make the change, we're not going to live up to that new standard, or we're worried that we're going to get the success and then it's going to evaporate just as quickly and be in the same place we were at the beginning. And that's just to name a few. And the really tricky part of dealing with this particular type of resistance is this is not the type of resistance that we are typically conscious of. Because the fear of success hides itself really well, because consciously it's not something that is on our radar. Now, it makes sense that I won't do certain things because they're painful. Like, I can see I don't like working out because it hurts to do it and I feel like crap afterwards and I'm exhausted all day until I get back in shape. But when we're fearing success, that's not something we're always going to see. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a really simple tapping routine that's going to help you create the space to allow yourself to have success. And even if you're in a situation where you don't think you need this, like I said, because this type of resistance is so good at hiding itself from our conscious mind, it might be lurking in there, and you might be surprised the things that are uncovered as we do this. So to begin with, just tap on the side of your hand, take a nice big deep breath. Take another nice big deep breath. And as you continue to tap on the side of your hand, take one more nice big deep breath. And so now what I want you to do is I just want you to move from tapping point to tapping point, repeating after me. It seems really silly that I wouldn't be taking useful action. I've named this goal clearly. And I know how valuable the change is. But for some reason, I'm just not taking action. I can feel my system self-sabotaging me. But I'm not exactly sure why. And so in this process, I am opening to discovering the resistance. And I'm open to releasing that resistance so I can move forward in a healthy way. I might be worried that it is not safe for me to change. At some point in the past, change did not work out well. And so my system is trying to keep me safe. By avoiding the possible pain that would come with change. In this moment, it is safe for me to transform. In this moment, it is safe for me to change. In this moment, I can move forward happily and healthy as I make this change. It is possible there's a part of me that doesn't believe that I'm worthy of change. that other people are allowed to change. Other people are allowed to transform. But not me. For some reason, it is not safe for me to move forward in this way. Because there's a part of me that doesn't feel worthy of transformation. There's a part of me that doesn't feel worthy of healing. I am worthy of healing. I am worthy of transformation. I am worthy of moving forward in a way that is healthy for me. I was made for transformation. There's a part of me that might be afraid that if I attempt this transformation or make this transformation, that others are going to judge me. Others are going to judge my effort. Others are going to judge what I am attempting. I recognize the fact that this transformation is about me. It's not about others. It's not about what other people think. It's not about what other people believe. I am allowed to transform regardless what other people feel. It is possible that there is a part of me that is afraid. That this transformation is not going to live up to what I hope it does. That it's only going to be a fraction of my needs. And when I get to the end, I will be disappointed. It will feel like a giant waste of time. It will feel like a giant waste of energy. It will feel like a giant waste of effort. Because it didn't live up to my desire. It is very possible this isn't going to turn out how I had hoped. That this isn't going to turn out how I hoped and planned. But even with that being the case, regardless of the transformation that comes, it is worth my time and effort to try. The effort that I am putting forth is about being successful. It's about being healthy. It's not about meeting a specific goal. My goals and intentions are just guidance. Helping me to have transformation. I give myself permission to pursue this transformation, even though the outcome is uncertain. Because it will be worth the effort regardless of the specific outcome. Take a nice big deep breath. Take another nice big deep breath. Now, as you are doing that, if any particular phrase or any of that part brought something to mind, make sure you jot that down. That's going to be a really great insight in helping you to have transformation. A tapping like this is useful in two ways. One, we're going to clear stuff while doing it. And two, it's going to help you to zero in on a specific issue, a specific case, a specific memory, a specific something that falls under one of these bigger umbrellas. If you go to tappingqandapodcast.com and you click on the link for episode 302, below the audio player, you'll actually see a written out version of the script. So if you'd like to print the script out, you can take it with you. The other thing you can do is if you download the Tapping Q&A app, which is available for both iOS devices and Android devices, you're going to be able to have access to this script right inside of the app. Once you're in the app, click on text, and every single one of the tapping scripts are written out right in there. You can click on it so you can take it with you wherever you go, so you don't have to worry about listening to the audio or saying anything out loud. You can just read along. You can download that app by going to tappingqandapodcast.com. If you know someone in your life who could use the little tapping we did today, please be our ambassador. Don't spam your inbox and send it to everybody in the world. But if there's someone out there you know who could really use this today, please be our ambassador. Pass it along. You will make their day better, and it's something that's really simple for you to do. If you have a question, if you have a comment, if you have a topic that you'd like us to cover in a future episode or a guest you'd like me to interview, please reach out. I can always be found at Gene, Gene, at tappingqanda.com. Or if you have to be on the website, just click on the contact link up at the top from the website. And inside the app, you can leave me a written message, send me an email, or you can even leave me an audio message. I love hearing from people just like you. Some of the best things that have happened on the podcast have come from suggestions and ideas from listeners just like you. You can find the podcast in Apple Podcasts, in Google Music Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify. I'm sure you can find it on your refrigerator if it is a Wi-Fi enabled device, but it's out there. Wherever you consume the podcast, leave us a rating, leave us a review. For the Tapping Q&A podcast, this is Gene Monterastelli. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye-bye. The Tapping Q&A podcast is copyright Gene Monterastelli, Tapping Q&A 2016. All views expressed by guests are those of the guests and not necessarily of Gene Monterastelli or Tapping Q&A.